So the family's gone out of town. I got the place to myself for 2 weeks and I'm pretty bored, so I thought I'd do a quick video on my cook stoves. Now this may not seem interesting to you if you backpack a lot, but to the new person who's looking around, doesn't know what they want yet, maybe it can help you. I don't know because I'm still trying to work on mine, which I like better, but they're all pretty good. Here's my stoves. I've got kind of an ultralight alcohol stove. I've got the wood burning stove, and I've got the butane stove. Now, all of these stoves are really pretty good. There's not one I wouldn't feel comfortable taking with me. It's just little minor things I nitpick about. But they're all really good stoves, and I'll tell you what I like about each one of them. So this stove, this is the first stove I ever bought. It's a MSR Pocket Rocket. The stove itself is really compact. That's the stove on top. This is the butane tank. It's really light. I haven't had many problems with it. The only time I ever had a problem with it was when the temperature was down to below freezing. So here's the Pocket Rocket. So you turn this knob, and you hear the gas start to come out, and you light it. Boom, it's as easy as that. And you can adjust it. You want it big, you want it small. Bigger, smaller. As you can see, that's why they call it the Pocket Rocket. It gets hot really quick. We'll put some water on it. I got about 20 ounces of water in here. We'll see how long that takes. Counting down the time. So I guess while I'm waiting, oh, love that Oktoberfest. See that Colts game there tonight? Houston, we have a problem. Alright, so I think we got a boil. Yep, I would say that's a boil. And stop the watch. Say about 7 minutes. For being indoors and with the lid on, that's pretty good time. I mean, it might take a little bit longer when it's colder or something, but I take that. That's a good boil. And you don't have to do much work. The only reason why I don't take this stove with me on every trip is because the butane can. You can see it's kind of big and bulky, but that's not even the big deal. The big deal is, for me, I'm not really good with math, and as you use this thing, it's hard to tell how much you have left. I mean, you can go by feeling it, but I don't necessarily want to trust that if I'm out on a 3-4 day trip. Yeah, you can take 2 of them, but that means it's going to be twice as bulky. Take up twice as much room in your bag. I mean, as much as I hate to not use this stove because it works so great, I mean, that's just kind of the thing that keeps me from using it a lot. The next stove I have is the alcohol burner. This is a, basically all it is a Starbucks can. I ordered this from Mini Bold Designs, I think it was. I mean, it's really super light. I mean, it's nothing. You gotta be a little careful. Being as light and small as it is, it's just aluminum. So you gotta kind of keep it in your cook pot or something, make sure it doesn't get smashed. Alright, this is my alcohol stove by Mini Bold Designs. As you can see, it's really small, and the fuel it takes is this, the denatured alcohol. Now you could probably use some other stuff. I'm not really sure. I've never really looked too much into it. This is all I use. Mostly because I'm terrified of blowing myself up. Poured about 2 ounces in the stove. Now this little string around here, that's a primer. You can soak that and light it, but I usually just light it from the inside. And you see there, it's starting to prime a little bit. Those little ports, as it heats up, will start to burn the gas off. Now it's been burning long enough, you can kind of fan it a little bit, kind of help them ports get going. Alright, now that the ports are going, we can take our 20 ounces of water and we just set it on top of there like that. And you can see it's got a nice clean burn to it. We'll start the clock. We'll see what happens. I do enjoy watching these stoves burn. I do. And there is our boil. I'll stop the watch in 9:12. Again, that's 20 ounces of water. Maybe a little bit more than you might use. The only reason why I don't use a stove all the time is, like I said, I'm bad with math. So with this stove, you have to take a certain amount of alcohol, which it's not as bulky as the butane take with you, but I don't like to do all the factoring in of how much I'm going to need for in the mornings and stuff. So usually if I look at the weather and there's a chance it's going to rain a lot, this is the one I'll take because I don't have to worry about it. Now this stove right here, I love this stove. This is a Bush Buddy. I ordered this online. It's a little expensive, but after I bought it, you know, it's worth the price because I love this. It's easy to use. It's lighter than it looks actually, and it burns great. There's always little pieces of wood laying around a campsite, and that's all you do. You just feed it and you put your pot on top, and that's it. The only bad thing is if, you know, it's raining and the wood's wet. I mean, how often do you go camping when it's raining anyway? Okay, so here's the Bush Buddy. What I do is I take one of these little fire starters you get from Walmart or something, and I put it down in the center there. Give that a light, and I'll just kind of start adding things to it. Now this thing, admittedly, it'll take you a little bit of practice to get used to. Maintaining the fire, starting it, all that. But once you get it, it's fairly simple. Like I said, it gives me a lot to do while I'm waiting for my food to cook. Now, as soon as that fire gets going, you're safe to put your pot on it and start cooking it. So we'll begin. Start the clock. Now all we do is we just maintain the fire. It's got this little slit in the side. You just add stuff. You don't want to pack it too much because then it won't burn, but well, you get the idea. The main thing is you're using these little sticks. I mean, you can find them all over the place. You see them on the ground over there and over there. Oh, what's this? And there's a boil. Took me about 11 and a half minutes. That's mostly because I let the fire go out because I was tending to my beer. But normally it'd take around 10 minutes. There's a little bit more to it. You got to kind of babysit it a little bit, but like I said, you don't have to carry around your fuel, so that's why I like it. Now the good thing about this is when your fire's all done, mostly just ashes, nothing left. One more thing that some people may not like about this, which it's really nothing big, you know, you get your fire going in there, you put your cook pot down on top of it like so, and it boils your water. Well, that's fine, but when you take it off, you see the color of my cook pot? That's not the natural color of it. It will put a layer of carbon on your cook pot, you know, that black stuff. And if you don't watch out, you'll get it all over your hands and stuff. But I've seen a couple people with these things. This is what they call a pot cozy. I made one of these. It's real cheap, made out of like PVC duct stuff. I don't know. I mean, they say it's to keep your food warm, which is fine. I don't know how much more it keeps it warm. But what I like to use it for is when I get my pot off the fire, I put it down in there. And not only can I hold it in my lap when I'm eating and not burn my hands, but it also keeps that black soot from getting all over your hands. So, alright, so there's my stoves. Like I said, each one's really good. I wouldn't not take any of them. They all have their perks. Very little negatives to them. The Bush Buddy, that's my go-to one if I'm going on a long trip. I'll take that. That way I don't have to carry any extra fuel. Usually short overnight ones. If it's going to be rainy, I'll take my alcohol stove. And this one, honestly, I don't take it very much anymore. If I'm car camping or something, I'll take it, but usually I don't use it. Nothing bad about it. I just prefer the other one. So. that's it. That's my cook stoves. I hope it helped you out a little bit. If you got any questions, just ask. Check it out. I'm dehydrating some beef jerky. That looks really good. That's good. That's really good.